Guys, girls, goblins, welcome back to Controllers and Katanas. I'm Relic, joined with my good friend Marty O'Cool, and we've got a load of anime for you today. Loads of it.
Loads. Loads. Too much.
We're going to kick it off straight away with the gold standard of solo leveling.
What an elite anime this is. Elite.
I just love the animation of this. And this episode, firstly, it's worth noting that this is the most disliked solo leveling episode. And
Which
it's purely because of meathead peasants. They're the only thing I can think of to why they've done this. Because this was actually one of my favourite episodes this season.
And
we'll get to why.
And not to go into it too much, but obviously this episode is what the whole of season one's about. The whole working its way up to this point. This is the point it's been working towards. And we're going to talk about it now, aren't we? Let's talk about it.
So, just leading straight off what Martin's saying, he's got it. He's finally got it. Can now
it's a bit of a clenched butt cheek moment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's a bit.
You get a moment, don't you, about the success rate, don't you? So it depends on your intellect level. However, he listened to me in the earlier episodes and he pinged loads of points in it. Straight in intellect when he was struggling with his mana points, with his magic points, because he couldn't do it. And not only has he crafted one elixir of life, how many's he got, mine? How many's he got?
How many?
He got 6, mate.
I thought you meant the other moment as well. Another massive moment when he arises Baron's Wyvern. A bloody dragon, mate. A bloody dragon.
He can ride around on it as well. He's arisen the dragon. I just can't. I couldn't cope, mate, if I'm honest with you. His arm is getting too much.
It's like hit after hit. This anime is like hit after hit. So this Wyvern, mate, it's like Game of Thrones meets anime. Boom. And his name was, is it Casil, is it? Like Kaisal or whatever? I think his name was.
I didn't write down what he named it. But he basically, obviously, he's got the elixir of life. He's arisen this dragon. So he's got a sick blue eyes white dragon. But obviously, from the quest that he completed, he got a rune and he unlocked something called Shadow Exchange, which is very convenient, I must say, and very cool. He can essentially swap places with one of his shadow soldiers. So, like, he has loads guarding, like, the apartment, for example. He now can just swap places with them. However, they've made it so it can't be spammed and it's not broken because it's got a 3-hour cooldown. So, they have sort of put a bit of a limit to it. So,
so you can't put, like, one shadow soldier in the toilet, one in the, like, convenience store. So you just got, I need a crap. Oh, I need some veg.
Like, you can't do that. Like, ding, 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 ding.
I'll cool down, so yeah.
So I thought it was fun in that aspect as well, obviously, with it being like a very RPG like gaming-esque sort of like world and anime. Yeah. That it shows that he's got the cooldowns, he's obviously unlocked this new ability, which is great. I really hope that we see Esil, or whatever her name is, Esil, again, the elf woman.
Yeah.
And obviously, I want him to go back, basically. I want him to sort everything out, go back and have that party. Because obviously she's like, we'll have a party, we'll celebrate. But I don't know if he's going to still have access to the dungeon. I think he can, because basically the dungeon's now gone back to its original state now the boss has been defeated. So hopefully they won't just be living in fire. Hopefully all the buildings are right again and everything's sort of like normal again. I don't know, but yeah, hopefully it's all good.
And outside the dungeon, we have Chairman Go. He's obviously discussing further plans with Jeju Island. And it says, like, this is the best course of action to take with this, like, luring the armies out, and then another team goes in to destroy the nest and the queen. Obviously, we know it's not going to be that easy, but apparently, according to their analysts, this is the best course of action. So that's what they're going to go with. And he has, like, a bit of a press conference, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Literally lets the world know what's going to crack off, which I thought was good. But that moment we've all been waiting for, the moment where Jinwoo goes in to the hospital and he gives his mum the potion, the elixir of life, and it brings her back, mate. And the
It's
emotional
fully
music here,
rejuvenated her.
the emotional music here, mate. I was like, it got me. It got me
So
right here.
this scene here is from looking at people online and seeing what people are saying and all that sort of rubbish. This scene is why people have disliked it. Because they're like, oh, Jim Woo's aura farming, blah blah. Oh, it's ruined his aura now. He's a man crying. Like this is the main purpose. The only reason he's the way he is now is because he was trying to do this. Like this is the best part of the anime so far. Like he's finally done it. He saved his mum. She's been ill for 4 years. She's got like a fullness to her again. She had a burn that's gone. She's woke up. It's such an emotional scene. I don't understand why people disliked it. Like when his mum just puts her hand on his face and he just breaks down, mate. I was like, big Chinny.
Your
I'll
wife's
give
like,
you a
what are
hug,
you doing?
man.
I'm like, I'm not
Yeah,
crying.
like, but like in my head, I was just watching it, like going, it was all worth it. Like all of this was worth it.
Yeah.
And the one thing that really got me as well is because there's a few moments throughout, obviously this season especially, where you question Jim Woo's like humanity because you think, oh, he's going a bit mad because a lot of these demons a lot of these monsters and demons is versing are like humanoids and they've got like an intelligence and all that sort of stuff. So it's not like mindlessly just killing random things. And it's nice to see that he just has not lost his humanity. I loved it, mate. That moment was so good. And then obviously his sister comes in as well.
No, yeah,
So good.
Yeah. And he literally says, he goes, "This is the reward I've been waiting for this whole time." Obviously, he got all the other rewards, all them weapons and all the potions and all the new skills and abilities.
All of that was just the stuff he was needing to get to this moment.
Yeah.
Like,
but then he realised
sick.
this is the reward, the most of all he wanted all this time. So I was like, mate, what a scene, what a scene. And people who are moaning online, mate, get out.
Honestly, it's so dumb. Like, these are probably what they like new gens, where a lot of these new gen anime watchers, they'll only watch new gen anime and all they care about is fighting. They're not even necessarily bothered about story or anything like that. They just care about fighting and animation.
Yeah.
Luckily, don't get me wrong, this has got phenomenal fighting, phenomenal animation, but these moments like this just make it so much better. Like for me, I think like
it makes
these
it more
parts,
real,
these little bits of storyboarding, these little bits of these rewards where you think like this character has done all of this just for this moment. Like it's rewarding for him, and
now he's done all this as well. Like now he can fully focus on the next mission, which is Jeju Island, which is
getting stronger. One of the things that made me laugh as well, though, was when like him and his sister take their mum home to the apartment.
Yeah,
and it's a mess because he's not been there for a week. He's left his sister alone, and she's ruined the place. It's just rubbish everywhere.
I love the bit where he like grabs the face, doesn't he? It's like, I left you here for a week or whatever. Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, like, obviously, there's emotion, you got all the action, but you've also got slight comedy bits as well, which I really enjoy. But these 10 Japanese S-hunters, mate, led by Goto Ryuji. So, they have this. You see them at the gym, don't they? They approach the gym. The Korean hunters and the Japanese hunters are kind of like trying to like taunt each other, trying to like get in each other's head and just like say, "Oh, we're better, they're better, whatever." So, a test has been put forward, a test of skill. A test of skill through combat, and it's going to be 4v4, isn't it? And we have some names dropped. Chai-hee is going to be on the Korean hunters side, and we have the Japanese hunters as well. I've wrote the names down, but there's no point saying them because we don't really know the characters yet.
No, it's just but all their mess ranks in one place. Like imagine the power that must be in that one building.
And like you can hear it outside the gymnasium. It's like boom, boom.
Yeah,
like the place is shaking because they're literally punching each other, smashing each other.
Yeah, like you say, I think it's just the combat types, isn't it? I think they said just combat types for this test. But I like it when the main guy who we saw in the last episode, the Japanese main guy, how he walks into the gym room. And he straight away senses Jim Woo, and he like looks up at Jim Woo straight away, and he's like, "Oh, I've heard he's a rogue type. Oh, I've heard he's a mage type. Like no one knows what he is because he's just everything, isn't he? He's just
Yeah.
powerful, man. So yeah, I'm honestly the next episode, it's gonna be
Yes,
decent, bro. It's gonna be decent.
I'm looking forward to seeing Chai Heat like actually fight because we haven't seen her
Yeah,
yet. We've just seen her with a pickaxe, but she didn't really. You don't see her smashing people or showing off her abilities. I'm looking forward to that. What I am gutted about in the next episode, we're not going to see the actual Goto Roji guy or Ryoji, the main Japanese guy fighting.
yeah, the dude that we desperate to see, mate.
I know he's a samurai. I know it. It's got to be. It's got to be. And I'm looking forward to seeing that, but I'm going to have to wait a bit longer, I think. But yeah, another great episode. Very emotional. It's building up to the next episode. For those who like action, next episode is going to be full of it. I think I've seen a little clip of the next episode, and we have some really good fights. So that is something to look forward to. I mean, every episode this season's been good anyway. So
yeah, it's fantastic, mate. This is literally one of my favourite ones, purely because from season 1, episode 1, this is his entire thing has been for this purpose. And now, obviously, he's come full circle. He's managed to get this big achievement. It's rewarding for us as viewers as well to watch it and think, right, he's leveled all this up. He's done all this dungeon. Like everything we've been watching is it's not for like no reason. He's actually got the reward that we've all been watching him try and work towards and get. I loved it, mate. It's really good.
You know the bit with his mum. I literally like fast rewinded it. Sorry, like 3 times to watch it, mate. I was like, "This is so good to see. It's such a good scene, mate. Such a good scene."
Good.
And mate, I felt obviously happy for him as well. But when his sister came in, mate, I was like,
I know
that got me.
Yeah, it's so good.
His sister didn't know what he was doing. Like she didn't know he was working towards this elixir of life. So when she comes in and sees her mum awake,
unreal.
Yeah,
unreal.
Now we just need to bring what's his name, Jun Hoo's dad back in it.
Oh, Jun Hoo, yeah. See what his dad? Well, his dad's a bit of an arsehole, though. To be fair, I'd just let him die.
Just go to sleep.
Put him in his eternal sleep, mate. Elixir of death. That's what I'd give him.
I was speaking to Josh at work, who will be on a podcast soon with me and Ian. But I speak to him about
the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, so I was speaking about the Jeju Island arc.
Oh, the Jeju Island.
I know is that 4 episodes left of this season, or is it 5 or something like that?
Yeah, it will follow on to the next season. It's got to.
Yeah, but I think, do you reckon they'll set it up for next season, or do you reckon they'll have a bit of it this season? I think we'll see
a bit of it because typical solo leveling style. I think it will end on some sort of cliffhanger.
Yeah,
like obviously with the cliffhanger we got at the end of season 1 was I'm pretty sure it was Igris wanted it, where it just got him, and then it just ended, didn't it? Like that was it. So
what a great episode that was! The Igris episode,
good. Such a good episode. Well, I don't know. It's hard for us because we've not read the manhwa, so
yeah.
Mate, I'd be so tempted to read it after this season, though, depending on how long we've got to wait.
You can't wait, mate.
Spoil it for himself, mate.
I think with the hype of this season and how good it's been, I think they won't spend like 2 or 3 years bringing the next season out, mate.
Well, you've got to think it only took them a year to bring this one out. Between 1 and 2, so hopefully, anime need to do this better.
Yeah,
I've said it multiple times. You can't be waiting. Like we're watching Fire Force. It came out like 4 years ago, man. Like the new season's not even out yet. Like you can't be waiting 4 years for a new season of something. That's madness, isn't it?
And that's the kind of thing like you have to watch. Like you're like kind of tempted to watch the whole season again because it's been so long.
You've got to.
4 years,
I think people that have watched it back in like 4 years ago, they're probably having to rewatch it now just to try and figure out what was actually happening. But like a refresher course on a Fire Force, mate.
Yeah, but yeah, such a great season so far. Solo leveling. I literally
very good.
I keep telling people at work and stuff to watch it. Most people like anime. I literally push them to that because it's such a good show, and I feel like they're missing out, mate. I feel like they're missing out.
Yeah, I think it's an easy one for some people to get into as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
But Sakamoto Days, episode 8. Should we talk about that?
a motor.
Like,
Yeah,
these episodes are like
let's do it.
sitcoms. Like they mostly start at the store, like Friends. They're always at like the cafe or something like that. It just reminds me of that every time. But the first thing that happens in this made me laugh because Mashimo, he's buzzing. He's found 500 yen under a vending machine, and I googled it. It's like £2.50. And honestly,
Yeah,
I respect it because
yeah,
I'd be stoked if I find £2.50 in real life. I'd be buzzing as well.
yeah. I did like the scene as well. And obviously, from the last episode, Sakamoto smashed that mad scientist into the wall.
He's a tank, he is.
But the mad scientist managed to inject Taro with a toxin. And he goes to punch the scientist again, but he hits Shin. So what this toxin does is, like, if you go to hit a foe, it'll hit your friend or a friend next to you. It confuses you. So then he goes to smack Shin, doesn't he? And it hits the scientist through the wall again. I was like, mate, that's so funny.
I love that bit. And it's like, how did you do that? And the Sakamoto's like, oh, I just went to hit you. And it's like, you tried to hit me?
Yeah, and Shin's like, you meant to hit me harder than ever before. So he's literally trying to smash him. But yeah, hit the scientist, knocked him through the wall. Then we have a bit of a backstory from the lead scientist in the cells with Lou about how him and Shin met. A man named Ando, I believe it is, an old friend of his, says, "Oh, take care of Shin for me," and then disappeared off the face of the earth. Classic. And obviously, at the time, Asakura was like, is researching extending the human brain, looking at like supernatural abilities. And when he does finally crack this potion, a tired young Shin comes from his bed, thirsty, wakes up thirsty, grabs the first thing and drinks it. And then he becomes this clairvoyant. Mad.
Yeah, I did like that bit because like they build a bond almost like father and son almost in a sense, isn't it? Like really good friends, and obviously, like you say, he's running them experiments, and he obviously wakes up and downs the potion thinking it's water to get his powers. But it was such a sad backstory at the same time because obviously, as soon as he became clairvoyant, nobody wanted to be near him, and obviously that's been a ongoing theme the last couple of episodes now, obviously with Lou telling him, look, oh, you're a creep because you're listening to what people are thinking, and then the people in the van talking smack about him, and then Lou's drop kicking them.
Yeah.
And obviously it's like an ongoing theme that's led up to this point where you really do feel for him, but at the same time you're not so bothered now because he's really taken obviously his powers on board, and he's thankful for them now, and he obviously used them for good. And well, I say good, he's an assassin, but mostly at the moment he's definitely using them for good. But yeah, and obviously it's just quite a sad backstory because like he was just alone, wasn't he? Like absolutely alone.
That was funny bit where he does get this ability to read minds, and he starts exposing people in the lab. So he exposes one guy for being creepily trying to like get in there with a girl, and then he exposes one guy for having a wig. I was literally laughing at him.
Oh yeah, that was funny. That one.
The guy's like, huh? Yeah, I've seen that. But yeah, that was funny. But obviously, because he does that, obviously, like you said, they kind of draw away from him. They don't want nothing to do with him because he makes him uncomfortable, and he's reading the mind, so he's literally reading what they're thinking all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then we get back to the scientist guy who could turn the effects off. So every so often he pings, like he turns it off. So Sakamoto's about to hit Shin, but he turns it off and he actually hits Shin by accident. Proper trolling them. And he is, to be fair, the mad scientist, he is just that, isn't he? He's proper mad, he is. He's battered all these steroids. All this steroids, like injections or whatever, just pumps them all in. But yeah,
looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, doesn't he?
Yeah, he goes massive. But he gets battered, and he just turns into like a skinny little peasant, doesn't he, after it? I like that bit as well because obviously the effect is if you go to hit your friend, an enemy, you hit your friend. If you go to hit your friend, you hit the enemy. So Shin stands in front of him, and every time he goes to make a swing, he's like right hook, left jab. So Shin can dodge because he's reading his mind, and obviously he's hitting the scientist behind him. I thought that was quite smart.
Yeah, good little teamwork between the two.
Always, isn't it? Legends, them two.
I like this introduction of these two new characters. I think we saw him last episode, like
Yeah, we
briefly.
saw Shishiba, didn't we? He was at the very end of last episode walking into the museum or whatever it is.
Yeah, we've got Shishibi and we've got is it
Osaragi,
Osaragi?
I think. Yeah,
Osaragi,
I think. Yeah.
I like Osaragi. She's literally carrying like a massive saw blade. And literally just chops people up. I was like,
So they're so mad, aren't they? Proper.
And they're from the Order, aren't they? And they're there to kind of stop what's cracking off at this lab because obviously they've gone against the violation of taking hostages and researching weapons and stuff. So they're there to kind of stop that. But that reindeer, mate, he's a bit of a handful, isn't he?
He's
Mr.
mental
Reindeer.
as well. Absolute nutter he is.
I like the bit where Osariga sees Toro. It's like, is that a teddy bear? And it starts calling a teddy bear after that.
All she's thinking about is like, I really want to give him a cuddle. Is that a teddy bear? I like it how they're about to start this fight with the guy with the deer head, and he just falls through the roof onto his head. Sakamoto and Tara just on the floor, like, oh, sorry.
But that Mr. Reindeer, he's the kind of not human, but he's kind of because he's got like weapons coming out his mouth. He's got like Edward
He's got
Scissorhands kind of
swords
claws.
and guns for hands, laser guns coming out of his mouth.
It's more robot into them.
Yeah, I think the way to do it, you just need to detach all of his body parts, like all the parts from his body, like unhook him, unconnect him all. Yeah. So obviously he's been experimented on Anti, and he's got all these different. He's basically part robot. He's a mechanical sort of creature thing. I don't know what he is.
But we find out Mr. Reindeer works for this man called Slur, and that's who these two from the Order are looking for. They're actually looking for him. So, but that bit where Sheba or whatever his name is, and Shin, when they fight, and obviously Seba's got like that cloaking device on the invisible.
Yeah, he can read his mind, but he can't see him.
He can't see his moves, can he? So he's literally getting stabbed up all over the place. He's got blood coming everywhere. And then Shin like wipes his blood on Seba. And then guess who comes in? Mashimo, mate. Mashimo snipes him. And like snipes like 3 or 4 bullets into his chest, mate. So I'm assuming he's done, but it kind of ends there, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hopefully more fighting next episode. We've got Deerhead and Taro yet to finish. Yeah. But I kind of don't want that Seba to be done. I want him to be good because I quite like him as a character. He's quite good.
Yeah.
And I want to see more of the Order characters as well because that Shishiba is like one of the bits that made me laugh was like Osaragi's mental, isn't she? She's cutting people up. She gets blood on his suit. And he's like, oh, glad I wore my cheap suit today.
Yeah. Yeah, I do love the little comedy bits as well.
It reminds me of a bit like it's like a similar thing to what was that other thing we watched?
Elusive Samurai.
Elusive Samurai, yeah, where it's like these dead gory moments, blood everywhere, and then you got these dead silly moments. And obviously, like with Shin's backstory, you got like a really like heartfelt, like tragic backstory almost, where you feel really sorry for him. There's quite a lot of emotion in it, and then next minute he's just like being an idiot. Oh yeah, it's a good show. I'm enjoying it. It's probably like an 8 out of 10 show. It's not a massively like high rated show, I would say. Like as an overall, but that's great, mate. And 8 out of 10, mate, ratings. I think it's a high rating. To be fair, not everything could be a high 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10 show. And it's just a fun watch, innit? Like I always have a good time watching it. Like, I always look forward to watching it.
Yeah,
that's all you can ask for in a show, isn't it?
That's it, mate. Yeah, I mean, I think Solo Leveling's obviously far better. I think it's like 9 out of 10, but yeah, this is a really good show. I'm really enjoying it. Obviously, I didn't really know about it. Obviously, you told me about it, and like, let's watch that on the podcast. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I've not looked back. So decent, mate. Decent.
Very decent. Very decent.
So
right. some of you know we're trying to catch up on Fire Force. We mentioned it earlier. It's been out for 4 years. We're on season 2.
4 years later.
Season 3 comes out in like a month or something ridiculous, like very soon, April, I think. So we're trying to get up to date by then. So we've watched episode 13, 14, 15, and 16 of season 2. So we'll probably do another 4 next week, and then another 4 the week after. And I think we'll be up to date then if we do that. So the next couple of weeks we'll be fully up to date with Fire Force. But yeah, obviously we're catching up. It's an older anime, but we're going to chat about it because it's great. It's really fun. It's your typical random moments, but overall the action's fantastic in this. The animation's fantastic in this. And I've shouted it out on episode 15. I wrote a note down, and it just literally, I'm going to mention it now, but the sound design and the sound design team, the team that work on the sound of this show, are godly what they do. Like, the way that the hits sound and the way that the fire sounds, it just honestly sounds insanely good every single time they're fighting and everything. It's so pleasant, isn't it? Like, the sound design.
Yeah. And like we mentioned before as well, like the animation with the fire and stuff like that is obviously it's Fire Force, so they've got to get it right with Fire Force. Yeah. The show's called Fire Force, so they've got to get it right with the fires. But yeah, the sound of the animation is just so bang on.
Very good.
But one thing I like about the show as well, like all the characters, like some of the characters you really get to enjoy. Joker being one of them. Shinra, so many characters throughout. But
yeah, Benimaru. Captain Burns.
Benimaru is one of my favourites, to be honest.
Benimaru is so sick.
Burns. Yeah,
I completely forgot where we left off here. Genuinely, I knew. I obviously had a bit of an idea where they was going, but like, it's been about 3 weeks, mate, since we watched this. Like, I was trying to figure out what was going on. I was like, right, where were we? Obviously, as soon as I started watching the episode, I remembered again, but. So
because it's about a showdown, isn't it? The show. Yeah. No, you start it. You start it, mate.
Well, it's just obviously it ended with Joker and Captain Burns had just rolled up. So obviously Joker and Benimaru have stormed the Holy Soul Church or whatever.
Yeah,
and they've just murked off bare people. And Joker versus Captain Burns. I thought to myself, it's about to start. And to be fair, right, Burns backs down and it almost makes it seem like he wasn't going to fight. But he was going to fight. Like, the way he was like gesturing with his hands, he was going to fight until he saw Benimaru was there. And then he was like, actually, I've got this diary, so I'm going to help you out because Benimaru's solid. But yeah, Burns and Joker, obviously, like, they've worked together in the past. We've got like a bit more of a backstory here, didn't we, of Joker. Yeah. And not only how Burns has got an eye patch, but also why Joker's eye's covered. Because obviously it was the Adola link, and both of them had an eye set on fire, basically, didn't they?
Yeah.
But Joker took a stone from when he was within, obviously, Adola or wherever it is, and he still has it, and the stone still burns to this day, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. And obviously, because Joker obviously took to the Adola realm, he's like, obviously, it made him question. Same with Burns, made him question everything. Like, what's cracking off? And obviously, Burns has been looking into the Soul Temple as well. Like, all these years since the Adola link, and since he got his eyes burnt out and stuff. And obviously, he's been searching all over the place. He found nothing at the Soul Temple, but it's in some ruins. Is where he found Raffles the First wife's diary, and obviously got a bit more information from that, didn't he? He got well, yeah, it kind of because the scriptures that the hidden scriptures that Joker's looking for kind of don't exist because Burns would have found them by now. But obviously, he obviously gives this diary which tells about what happened to them in this episode when you find out this information. I was like, what the heck?
I was essentially, like, what? This Raffles' first wife, essentially Raffles wasn't Raffles at all, but someone pretending to be Raffles. So what the soul temple or whatever, what they believe in, they genuinely believe it to be true, because that's what this fake Raffles has like almost led through, and like built this completely utter like fake
Yeah,
thing to benefit
yeah,
him in a sense or whatever it was. And yeah, like throughout the diary part, it's like there's like a part in there where it's like for 30 years or whatever, it's like I knew it wasn't him. Like it's not him. It's not him anymore. It doesn't feel like him. And yeah, essentially,
it's,
it's been made up. It's completely made up. So they're just believing something that some random bloke's made up.
yeah. So like, obviously Raffles is, as part of the story, he's got a caravan, isn't he? And he's going to the Amasferatu because he gets the first flame or whatever. But obviously the caravan gets raided, and then ever since then, he's not the same. Raffles is not the same. And obviously we find out something's took him over, some kind of creature, some entity or whatever. And yeah, and then we find out it's. Are we going too far here? Saying telling people who it actually is.
Nah.
So it's like it's Yona, isn't it? It's Yona, the guy who can literally turn anyone's face into, and he literally tells what's the face? What's the face? It tells her that he's the kind of the person who impersonated Raffles, and he made the whole Soul Temple thing, the whole religion, for the sake of what's that? Oh, I lost my notes here now.
Yeah,
Not too
they're
many
basically
notes, right?
trying to end the world, aren't they? They've made this thing for the entire purpose is to just help with the end of the world almost.
Yes, they did it for the evangelist, didn't it?
Yeah.
He did it for the evangelist because he's working for the evangelist. So they made this whole religion and got all these believers, and it's all baloney, mate. It's all baloney, isn't it?
Big news, mate. It's big news.
But when it dropped that he'd been taken over by Yona, I was like, what? That is mad. And like when you meet Yona, you're like, oh, it's just some random guy who can like turn people's face or whatever.
Yeah, sculpting randoms.
But then you find out it has this massive role in like the whole of the story and the whole of this big religion. I was like, what on earth is that?
Yeah. But obviously at this point, they think Hajime Industries has got something to do with it, so they're going to hit them next.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a funny part in this episode as well, isn't there, where Vulcan walks past Shinra and is like, "Oh, if you're going to make some breakfast, I've created a new invention in there. Go and check." And Shinra thinks Lisa is like the invention, and he's like looking at her moves, and then it turns into like an 8-bit RPG, and she just batters him. But and then what's her face thingy comes in as well, doesn't she? And does the same thing. Iris or whatever comes in as well. Like, is this the new invention? And then Vulcan asks Shimmer if he wants him to make him some mechanical moves. I was like, what?
Yeah, so that Comro as well, he tells Company 8 of all the latest news discoveries from Joker and Benimaru. And obviously Hajime, we find out the population of Tokyo, like 70% of people work for Hajime, so it's a massive company. It's got its ties in all kinds of different parts of the industries, like clothing and all sorts. So they've got to be careful. And they've ever seen at the end where obviously Licht is a lapdog for Hajime. He's been put there in Company 8 to be a spy. And he goes to see President Hajime, who's playing on a Game Boy. Classic,
Yeah, I noticed
classic.
That. Game Boy Color or something. He's got
He's literally like talking to him, just like playing his Game Boy. But he wants to bring Shinra back to, because we find out Shinra obviously was at Hajime Labs. He wants to bring Shinra back, and then when obviously Lick leaves the room, he talks to his little minions. He's like, "Yeah, we'll get him here. We'll kill them both. Do him in, mate. Do him in." So yeah, that ends episode 13.
Yeah, man. And then episode 14 starts off with, I thought Shimmer is a spy. Well, according to Arthur. I love Arthur Addy, you know. He's so good in it.
I love the bit where Lick literally goes back to the ape. He's like, yeah, I'm a spy, and everyone was like not bothered, like 'cause they already knew. And then I was just like, huh? She's the only one who didn't know. Like everyone, like, yeah, I was like, yeah, we already knew. We knew all
So
along,
yeah,
kind
we
of thing.
we figured it, mate. Like we're not stupid. But I love how he's done that, and then obviously all of Company 8 are going to go to Hajime. And yeah, Hajime are literally just exploiting kids, including the one from obviously one that Rekka turned in season 1. I think that was season 1, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, season 1. Yeah,
But yeah, Nataku, I think his name was.
yeah,
Um,
Natsuko.
yeah, he's a bit of a nutter, mate. He is, isn't he? He's got like a flame claw.
Yeah, it's been ruined by I think Yenny, that Wrecker guy. The guy's ruined him, mate.
Yeah, it's all he thinks about. Like he's hallucinating, seeing him, and you've got this Reaper guy, this Kurino. He's a weirdo, mate. He is like
He's a beast, so many.
he's a
Beast,
but he's a
man.
paedophile, mate. Like he's literally decided to stay there just to beat up kids. Like his
Weak
abilities
kids,
are
isn't it?
so sick. It's just a shame he's a nonce, isn't it? Because like his abilities are wicked. It's like got a smoke ability. So good.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's got on his arm, one hole of his arm is like an infernal arm, and it's like tephrosis or whatever on one of his arms. So he looks pretty cool. But like Ian was saying, he's there to just bully kids, mate. He's there to bully weak people. Weak people in general, he just aims and targets them. But he tests that. He's trying to like test Nataku, that young lad, to try to make him get this Adola burst, to see his Adola burst, to give him an awakening.
Yeah. Essentially, the
So
reason they're
literally
being
bashing
so
him.
nasty and horrible and really, really exploiting these children is because Shinra was there, and obviously he got his Adola burst, and they let it slip through the net. They didn't realize he was going to get. They didn't pick up that he was going to get it or anything. So they're obviously being more aggressive than they've ever been because of Shinra. I know it's not Shinra's fault, but like because they let him slip through, they've decided to just be super, super strict and like horrible with it all. Really.
And we find out this Karuno, he's like the maddest pyrokinetic. Obviously, Benimaru is the strongest one, but this guy's the maddest. So and he is mental, mate. He's mental. I mean, if you want to stick around just to bully weak kids, mate, you've got to be.
You're a bit of a weirdo, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Lich and Joker have obviously the same goal, finding out the truth by any means necessary, and the only person so far that he's loyal to is Joker into that Lich. But I hope the 8th can sway his mind because I quite like him, to be fair, and he quite likes the 8th, doesn't he? He even mentions that, oh, actually, I'm sort of leaning towards the 8th now. They're actually all right, sort of. So.
Yeah, when Shinra and Lit get to the facility, there's like a facade, isn't there? Like, oh, this is all the kids are having fun and stuff, and we treat them nicely. Obviously, Shimmer and Lick know what's really cracking off in the underbelly of this place. And then they're like, it's like, oh, is Nataku here? I want man seeing him. And they're like, no, he's not at this facility. And then as they're walking, Shimmer gets his like Adola link with him, and then Natsuko's literally crying out for help. And it's like Shimmer's like, yeah, I'll play along for now, and then we'll see what happens later.
Yeah. Well, it's typical Shimmer, innit? He just thinks he can save everyone. But I do think he's a good character. He is a hero, though, isn't he? Like, after all, like he says, like, oh, I'm a hero. Because it's just pure determination to accomplish like whatever he can put his mind to. And he's a good main character, to be honest. I do like him.
I do enjoy him. Obviously, he does the voice of Igor from Igor from Blue Lock, isn't it? It's the same voice actor, isn't it?
What, Ego?
Ego, yeah. It's the same voice actor as Shimmer, isn't it, I believe? So
Great nerd. Ego, is it?
Well, I love the bit where obviously that Karuno guy's got to test Shimmer, and obviously the scientists are like, we want to see your Adola burst, like they're eager to see it, and they're trying to force him, push him into doing it.
Yeah.
And then Shimmer's like, I'll show you the Adola burst, but the last thing you ever see when I come over and kick your ass. I was like, such a sick line, that is.
The bloke's behind the belt like, oh my god, he's proper crapping himself.
He goes, oh no. But that Corona guy's his abilities are something else, aren't they?
Oh yeah, he's wicked, mate. His abilities are like he uses his black smoke to be able to like detect his opponent like moves and stuff. Doesn't he,
Moves,
that
yeah.
Kuro? So he can like create weapons with it. I would love to see him versus Benimaru. Like the
I think it'd
mightiest,
probably
the
happen.
mightiest
Yeah.
versus the maddest would be amazing if we get that at some point. Because they're obviously
But
they're on the way to Hajime, so it could happen sooner or later, really.
I do like the bits, where he obviously he fills the room with smoke, like you
Yeah,
can't see anything, but then you just see his red eyes. I was like, oh man, that's such a good thing for a baddie or a
visually,
villain to
yeah,
have. Like it's such a good animation that was.
yeah, it's so sick, mate.
Yeah, I'm loving it. So basically, then this episode, they're literally fighting, aren't they? And obviously, you're seeing what Kuruno can do. And obviously fills the room with this smoke, and it kind of ends there, doesn't it? And we go on to the next episode, episode 15. And for this episode, Ian's got loads of notes.
I've got like 3 lines of notes. All I can tell you is Nataku's Adola Burst awakens in this one.
Uh,
And Company 8 are storming the castle, mate.
I love the bit where Lick's like, he wants to save Shimmer, so he opens the door, and that scientist guy tries to stop him, and he punches him. He goes, "Sorry, I won't be taken down by a fellow nerd." Okay. I was like, yeah, that's
Okay.
Sparks aside does that. I was like, yeah, that's nice. That is. But we get introduced to another character in this one. We don't actually know a name. She's just called the what's her name? It's like the Dominions lady, isn't it, or something?
Oh,
We
like
don't
that
actually,
teacher woman.
yeah, we don't actually find out a name. She's just called like the Dominions lady, I think. So,
Yeah, I just called her Puppet Woman.
but yeah, the puppet woman. She literally has a puppet that fires rockets at her arse, basically.
It
Isn't
shoots fire at its arsehole. Like, I was like, there's no way that's shooting fire at its arse, mate. You're having a laugh now, surely.
it? Places, mate. Eyes, mouth, arse, mate. And it's called like poot or something. Poot fire or
Yeah,
something.
poot poot
I was
fire,
like,
that's it. Mentalist.
what is going on? Yeah, so basically, like Corona's obviously trying to. So Lick and Shimmer are trying to get Nataku. Obviously, Corona gets there first, and he holds him captive, doesn't he, in his arms. And they end up on a roof, don't they? The fight ends up on a roof, but then the White Clad turn up. Inca, Charon are there, and they're trying to get the sixth pillar, which is Natako. As I said that right, Natako, yeah.
Yeah, one of the things here for me, because I thought the White Clad, obviously with the evangelists with the Holy Soul Temple and all that sort of stuff, and then Benny and that wanting to go to Hajime next, I thought that they was maybe together, but with the White Clad showing up, it confirms that the White Clad and Hajime aren't working together, which I thought they were originally, which was quite a big thing for me. I was like, all right, I genuinely thought these was working together, sort of thing, to be able to get it, but yeah, they aren't. So
Yeah, and we have a new character introduced, which I'll tell you a bit more in next episode, which is called Ritsu, which is Inca's protector maid.
yeah,
And we'll find out some of her abilities next episode. But that Charon guy, such a good character.
he's funny, isn't he?
He comes down to fight Kurono, doesn't he? Kuruno. But I love the bit because obviously Charon and Almira fell out, aren't they? So Almira's got rid of him, and now Charon's with Inca and Arrows with Almea as a protector. It's just funny. It's like, oh, she don't want me around or whatever, so I've come to stick with you.
Yeah, but then she's like, yeah, but I don't want you around. No one wants me. He's like fuming, isn't he?
But yeah, Almea comes against an Arrow come against the Dominion lady. And obviously Mac is fighting her. But obviously, Arme is the electric, so she literally destroys all these the little mech robots, and then she summons the big one, Punisher Dominion, and then there's like little cutscene of like this big Punisher Dominion mech getting ready to come out, and it flies out, doesn't it? And it just like lands, pulls its claws out, and it kind of ends the episode there.
Yeah, pretty sick to be fair though. But in episode 16, mate, one of the things that I liked here was Maki. Mate, Maki's a beast at straight up hand to hand combat. When her and Arrow were just going at it, mate, she's just battering Arrow. But then Arrow gets then Arrow gets electrocuted by Hermea, and her nips nearly come out for no reason.
What? Like what?
Why has this happened? Like it's classic. I can understand. This is one of the things that negative things I always see about this show, and that's stuff like that just randomly happening. Tamaki's clothes falling off and all that sort of stuff. Because it's just not needed. It's so unnecessary, isn't it? It makes me laugh, to be fair, so I'm not bothered, but I can understand why other people are like, why? And one of the other things in this episode as well, Inca, she's got, mate, zero humanity left in her. She's fully gone now. She's a psycho, she is. Absolute nutter.
I like the bit as well. Obviously, on the roof, obviously, they're all after that Nataku, young lad.
Yeah.
Obviously, the fighting between him, and he's getting like passed around like a basketball.
Like a basketball, isn't he? By his head upside down.
Well, that new character I mentioned last episode, that Ritsu. Oh, she's good, mate. She's basically a pyro necromancer.
She's very interesting. She, like you say, she's basically a necromancer, and she like can fuse bodies together to like make massive monsters and stuff, can't she?
Yeah, so it's like
crazy skill.
She'll turn a live person with the firebug, and then she'll raise the dead and then like mold them together to this person to make a massive inferno, which we saw in another previous episode, didn't we? But yeah, such a great character, and like Ian mentioned last time, necromancy is not to be confused with necrophilia, because it is a totally different thing. But yeah, so obviously that Ritsu just molds all his bodies together and makes a massive inferno, and then obviously, so now they've got to work together, haven't they? Shinra's got to work together because this big infernos took Nataku and obviously like kind of put him in his body, kind of sucked him into his body. So now Hajima's fighters have got to work with Company 8 to try and get this young lad back.
Yeah, I did like this. There's a funny scene as well where Kurino's on the phone and he's his boss calling him a dimwit because he's like, "Oh, I'm just focusing the weaker ones," and he's like, "Dimwit, me?" It's just like, oh, I hate being a company man. But he's basically been told to work with the 8 essentially to obviously protect Natsuko.
Yeah.
But like it was just really funny. But one of the things that I thought was quite interesting here as well was Sharon, because obviously that big massive Titan ogre kaiju beast that they've turned Natsuko into. Hurameo, or whatever her name is, she's like messing with his mind, isn't she? Like she's like using like electrical currents to like really, really mess his mind up. Yeah. So he's just thinking of Rika and stuff like that. So he's going mental. But he's shooting these massive laser beams. But Sharon, one of them's coming for Shinra, and Sharon protects Shinra. And he's like, "Oh, I'm tasked to protect the pillars, which includes you." And I thought, mate, I'm sure about 10 episodes ago, you was battering each other. But obviously, he was trying to take Shinra then, wasn't he? Almost in a sense, he wanted to take him and Inca. But I thought that was like they've shown you like that little bit there where like because Shinra is a pillar, he technically can't kill him. He has to protect him almost just to make sure he stays alive.
Kind of in my mind, I'm thinking maybe like Charman will get like
become good. Yeah, I know exactly why you feel like that way as well because no one likes him, mate. At the White Clad, do they?
Him, how deep is he in? Obviously, with the evangelist, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd love it if he turned, mate. That'd be such a good
It'd be
thing.
so good, wouldn't it? It'd be so good.
Because he feeds off power, and if he's with Shimmer as well, that tag team would be good.
Or Vulcan as well in this episode, trying to persuade Arthur to use his sword to make that EMP.
I love the bit.
You're not just tricking me again, are you? Like you did before with a donkey.
I love the bit as well because like Vulcan's driving this like really old race car, and he's like, "Arthur, where are you?" It literally lands on his head. That's like, what? It was there like shouting in, like, "Where are you?" Literally lands on his head. It's like, I'm here. It's like, you can be my steed, or whatever. It's like, yeah, I'll be your steed. It's such a funny. Like, Arthur, where are you? Duke, I'm here. But yeah, like you said, Alme is causing all kinds of havoc with Nataku. So he has this plan, doesn't he, like to use Arthur to create this massive EMP, which is in the
yeah, because he's used as plasma, doesn't he? That's his ability is plasma.
I'm trying to think what's the truck called. It's got a name, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, I can't remember the called it either.
Oh, I've written it down somewhere.
The mystery machine.
That's wrong show, mate. Excuse me, do that.
Big mystery machine, isn't it, bro?
But basically, yeah, he basically stabs the sword in the top of this in the van, which is like an EMP inside. Creates this massive EMP, like blast into it, and obviously Almea gets affected by it.
Yeah, because all her things like electricity almost, isn't it? So she can't use her powers properly now.
Yeah, weakens. Yeah, but yeah, that's what it's called, Matchbox. Isn't it? The truck's called Matchbox. but the idea is like obviously Arthur's putting the sword in the stone. Obviously, in the story, he takes it out, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But he's obviously put it in, and obviously, yeah, that's what he kind of agrees to it. It's like, yeah, I can be a legendary knight, and then stabs this thing, and obviously causes EMP. And it kind of ends there, doesn't it? Almea has been like disrupted. Her ability has been disrupted, and then it kind of ends the episode there.
Yeah.
See what happens next.
It's been a good run. I'm wondering if Benny Maru and Joker roll up at some point, because that's literally the next thing they was doing was going to go there.
But they didn't know exactly
where it was,
because obviously in the episode there's like, there's literally loads of these
they
like
move
facilities.
all the time, don't they?
Yeah, and Joker's we'll just start all of them or whatever. But
it'd be sick if they rolled up though.
It'd be a bit OP though, wouldn't it? Joker and Benimaru and Shimbra as well.
And Kurano as well, who's helping them out.
Yeah, because it's only it's Benimaru, Conroe, and Maki that have killed them big, massive infernos, isn't it?
Yeah.
So far, because obviously Maki used that massive like tornado thing to like wipe the last one out with the rockets, wasn't it? That's right, wasn't it?
Yeah, they said that she did that to keep it in, because she was using the fire tornado to keep it in place. And then obviously they shot the rockets up there, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because Obi was like awful at aiming, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But yeah, maybe they do get Benimaru in to destroy that big massive beast. Maybe
it'd be sick.
But,
the thing is, he can't destroy it.
More Benny, mate. We need more Benny.
That Nataku kid's inside of it, isn't he?
Yeah.
So how the hell did they stop that? I wonder if they defeat the necromancer woman, that Ritsu person, if it stops it.
Yeah. But that Ritsu, I do want to see more of her because she's
sick.
Her ability. It just reminded like necromancer. I was like, yeah, mate, it's like Diablo.
Oh, there's another part where obviously that big monster's like shooting those laser beams, and Inca's like, if you stand there, you'll die. What? Yeah, if you stay still there, you're gonna die.
But like you were saying earlier, like Arthur, what a great character he is.
He's so funny.
It's just he's so funny, and like his skills as well with like the sword and stuff. Proper good knight.
Yeah, it's proper.
And he's the only one to take out Almea, isn't he? So I think they will have that battle eventually.
Absolute legend, mate.
Legend, mate. Absolute legend.
Legend. What other anime you been watching?
I'm glad you asked. Because I've been watching ReZero. I've watched the first 3 episodes of season 1. The 1 hour each. So, I've been slowly going through them. I'm enjoying it so far. I think the animation is really good, and the story is looking like it's going the right direction. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. Also, I've started, and I will be reviewing it on a short. One Punch Man. There's 12 episodes. It came out in 2018, so I'm a bit late to the show. But Saitama, what a great character he is! Like
Legend is, mate.
my favorite part of it all, like it's dead funny, and like some of the villains are really like dumb. So you got like Crab Man and Virus Man. But what I love the most about it is like the villains are like, yeah, I'm this guy or whatever. I'm going to do this, and he literally punches them and kills them off, wipes them out. I was like, it's so funny. Like, this big speech, and there's like whacks him, and they're just literally dead. But yeah,
I love how
I'm
he's
really
proper
enjoying the
dim
show.
and just dead bored, into like, oh, I've killed him again. No.
Yeah, 'cause obviously in this episode you find out he's worked his way up to being this hero he always wanted to be, just to kill people who want it, and now he's done it. He's like lost all this like enthusiasm, and he's like you say, he's bored of just like being a hero now. He can't. He wants a challenge, but he can't find one because everyone he hits just kills off one hit. But yeah, I've watched that. I'm going to do a review on it on the first 12 episodes. We'll do a short, so look out for that. But Ian, what have you been watching?
Well, with One Punch Man, I think season 3 is coming out this year. I think it's not been fully
I've timed it
announced.
right.
I think it's set to release this year. There was an interview, I think, with one of the animators or one of the members of staff or something that's working on it. I think it was yesterday actually, where it confirms basically like, look, we are working really hard. We do not want to disappoint you because you've waited so long, sort of thing. So yeah, that should be coming out this year. So you'll get up to date for that, and we'll be able to talk about that on the podcast. So,
When I say like doing a review, I'm not going to like go through every episode and stuff. I'm just going to say this is the characters I like. This is what I like about the story. This is some of my favorite villains, and this is what I think. Give it a rating. Done. It's not going to be like a massive in-depth thing. Obviously, it's got to be 3 minutes because it's going to go on YouTube as well. So yeah, it's just going to be a really quick review, 12-episode review of.
well,
But tell us.
this is a prime example, mate, of what we were talking about earlier, because One Punch Man season 1 came out in 2015, 10 years ago.
I thought it was 2018.
10 years ago, and they're not even got season 3 out yet. That's outrageous, isn't it? Why are they waiting so long, man? I know I moan about this all the time, but it's just... Season 2 came out in 2019.
Mad Dies. See, when I looked, it said 2018, but obviously that's season 2, isn't it? I'm watching season 1, which is 2015.
It's It's
That
literally
mad.
Celebrating its 10-year anniversary. Like, it's celebrating its 10th year anniversary this October. So hopefully they're releasing it for the anniversary. So hopefully we'll get it winter 2025 2026 anime. We'll get some stuff. But yeah,
Great show.
Oh,
Great show.
it's a really fun show. Season 2 isn't as good as season 1, and a lot of people talk a lot of crap about season 2. But I equally had just as much fun when I watched season 2 because I watched them a few months ago.
Yeah.
Probably around October time, and yeah, really fun shows. I enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. But as you know from last week, I've been watching One Piece, trying to get up to date. I'm on Alabasta now. I've probably done about maybe 6 episodes, maybe a bit more actually, maybe 10 episodes of Alabasta. So I'm probably like third of the way through. I think it's 30 something episodes of Alabasta. And firstly, you meet Luffy's brother Ace in this, which is awesome. He's got this like fire fist power, which is some of the coolest powers I've seen in this show so far. Very well good, like very well done, so good. And he's just a very likable character as well. And Luffy's ability to just get into trouble and somehow come out on top is always really funny. Like there's an episode on this one where there's these birds they're in the desert basically. Alabasta's like a big desert island, and there's like all these birds that play dead, but they're like thieves. These birds are, so they were playing dead. He's ran over to them to make sure they're alright. Ran back to the guys to get them to try and help him, and these birds have stole all of their food. So he's gone after these birds. He's chasing these birds, and then he comes back on a camel, he's being chased by a giant lizard. It's proper stupid, mate. But like, it always something like that happens. It's always dead funny. And Chopper, which is like a little deer guy. There's a deer basically that ate one of the devil fruits, and it was like I can't remember what the devil fruit's called now, but he's essentially like half human, half deer. So he can transform and he can look more human-like, but he can talk. He can also talk to animals, and it adds like a really funny dynamic to the show because like the camel that comes back, he starts talking to this camel, and this camel's like a macho camel, like. They go to ride him. He's like, no, I'm not taking any men. I'm a macho camel. I only want to take women. So he's like, I got these two women. Like, I'm only carrying women. But it's just stuff like that. Like, they're always arguing. It's like they're a proper family. They're always arguing all the time. Like, they're all in this inn in this place called Yuba. And they just start scrapping and launching pillows at each other and fighting, mate. Just arguing about who's sleeping where. And like Usopp gets battered by Sanji at one point because he's like, Usopp, you're dead lazy. You've done nothing this entire time. Just nails a pillar at his head, mate. But yeah, they're currently they're taking Vivi back to the entire thing. I think they're trying to rescue Alabasta because it's overtaken by like one of these 7 warlords of the sea or whatever. These like pirates who are part of the government or they're accepted by the government, so whatever they do, they're just allowed to do whatever they want. But yeah, I'm having loads of fun with it. Honestly, it's really, really good, and it just takes a lot of time because it's like 1,200 episodes. So like, I'll be up to date by like December next year probably. I don't even know, but I'm getting through it. I'm over 100 episodes in. Let's have a look what episode I'm on, mate, because
the thing is with your shorts as well. Obviously, like the different arcs, you're pulling people in. Like you pull in people who love One Piece and love anime. Obviously, we've got a few new followers who have really like been drawn in by the short strips. So I'm kind of enjoying it, mate, and it's working out for our channel as well. Like it is pulling people in, people who are enjoying how you're seeing the anime and watching it, and what you're taking from it as well.
Yeah, I'm on episode 104. Which I don't think that's bad going, mate, for how long I've been watching it for. I've maybe been watching it maybe a month now, maybe 5 weeks.
Just don't think about 1,000 and 1,100 episodes left.
I'm basically 10% the way through.
But you're enjoying it, aren't you? Enjoying it, which is the main thing.
I'll be done. I'll be up to date this year. Problem is, there'll be a new episode a week coming out come April, sorry. So I'll be by the time I'm up to date, there'll be like another like I don't know, like 40 episodes out or something. But
yeah, anime though.
I'm really enjoying it. Some of the character designs are proper dodgy. I'm not even going to lie, but overall, it's good fun, mate. I am liking it.
But talking of anime, like me and you have been talking about this. Like, obviously, I've watched anime before, but I've not watched like loads of like the goated stuff. So I was talking to Ian about this. Like, eventually, I'd like to do a run through of. Obviously, I'm going to do Naruto, but I'd love to do like Death Note, Full Metal Alchemist. I'm not sure about Bleach. I know it's got good ratings and stuff. But maybe in the future. But we just got to give us time. But those who are watching who love anime and stuff, stick around because we've got so much more stuff to bring out to you.
Oh, loads.
And I'd love to watch all the goated anime and literally give my thoughts and obviously talk to you about it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. But obviously it won't be yet. But stick around, like I say.
Plenty.
We'll be bringing
There's
it.
plenty stuff.
Talking of pirates, I've been playing a game recently. It's this game here. Like a Dragon, Pirates in Hawaii. Mate, this game. Like, as soon as I got it, yeah, what you can do is upgrade your ships. Basically, it's from the last Infinite Wealth, the Like a Dragon. So it's in Hawaii, but you go to other places in like different islands. But the things you can do, like, it reminds me of Black Flag. Like, you have ship battles. You can upgrade a ship, like machine guns and stuff on it, and the cannons and stuff like that. But also, you do side missions in Hawaii to like get crew on your. So I think I've got like 80 crew members at the moment, different skills, different look, and I literally assign them into different places on your ship, you can have massive meals, you can have like big feasts on your ship. But yeah, I'm just loving it so much. There's 5 chapters. I think I'm chapter 3 at the moment. But I'm trying to work my way because next week, big game comes out, WWE 2K25, which I have pre-ordered on PS5. So I need to finish it. I need to finish it. And like I said to Ian before we came on, last night I played 4 hours of this game, and I went to bed dead late. And obviously I was tired all day today, but it was definitely worth it because I'm really enjoying the game. But yeah,
Yeah, it looks
I mean,
looks like it's
some
gonna
of
be
it's
fun because we've
daft.
got some plans, mate. We've got some plans, haven't we?
Oh yeah. WWE. I mean, I've not played or brought a game since like the SmackDown days, but obviously with the new stuff happening in WWE wrestling, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm thinking about getting back into wrestling as well, like watching like highlights and stuff, not like full shows and stuff, but watching highlights and stuff. But yeah, we have got big plans for the new game that is coming out on the 14th, which is next Friday, a week on Friday. So yeah.
Also, on my personal channel, it's pretty much just Lethal Company content. I mean, I've not uploaded for like a year on it, but there's a new game that I'm going to be playing with some of my mates called Repo, and it's an online co-op horror game with up to 6 players. You basically locate valuable, fully physics-based objects and got to handle them with care because they can break while you extract them. So you're trying to go into these like buildings, find these objects, extract them, but then you've got like monsters coming after you. It looks proper stupid, but it looks like this. It looks like there's a lot of fun content you can get out of this. So yeah, check it out because I'm hopefully going to be having a good time playing that. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's like £6.80 or something on Steam. It's dead cheap, it's like $10 if that. So yeah, it looks stupid.
You can't even get like a McDonald's meal for £6 these days. So
No, mate.
a game being £6, that is a bargain.
Outrageous, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the games coming out. I'm going to do a short of the games coming out in March. So stick around for that.
Yeah, and keep an eye out for our nerd news as well.
Nerd news on TikTok is getting hits, isn't it? It's getting
Nerd
hits
news is top level. We're putting in the work, man. Grafting for the nerd news. I'm losing sleep. I'm losing sleep over nerd news. Trust me, I'm grafting for you guys. I hope you appreciate it.
And like, why would you look anywhere on the internet? It's all in one place, mate. We've brought it for all different parts of the internet just for you in this one place. So join us. It's on every Saturday.
Every Saturday, nerd news. You can watch us on YouTube, or just get yourself over to TikTok or Instagram, because I'm going to start putting it on Instagram as well, because I think it'll do well there and people will enjoy it on the Instagram. Just picture slides, just have a flick through. I've made it all handy, nice and pretty. Have a read, see what tickles your fancy. And one of the things that was featured on Nerd News was just a nice little Marvel show that was coming out. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. A guy called Daredevil, mate.
Is that the guy who's blind as a bat?
Blind as a bat, mate, but he's got a better eyesight than me. Tell you that for free, mate.
But definitely got better hearing than both of us.
100% got better hearing. Defo can see much better than I can. Just an all-round top bloke. But Daredevil Born Again. We are so fucking back. I love Daredevil. And this is what we need. So a lot of this episode, insane start. Insane start.
Before we start, I'm just going to say, on my notes, I put, at the start you see Foggy, I was like, I hate Foggy. And then what happens after that, I'll let you tell him, but I literally, at the start of my notes, I put, I hate Foggy, but I had to delete it, and Ian's going to tell you why I deleted that comment, because...
So, see, everyone who's watched the Netflix show, I think that's a warranted response, to be fair, Martin, mate. Yeah. But, mate, starts off, Foggy, mate, all of them are together again. Happy family. Foggy, he looks so much more confident, fresh trim, beard. Mate, he's had a glow up. He looks cool. He looks like a cool guy now, doesn't he? Like, proper cool
Yeah,
guy.
too late.
Don't last long. Don't last long. Whoa, got a fly, you know. Right, kidding, that bad boy. So we get this opening where they go to a bar. They're all having a good time. Foggy's chatting up some woman. And
It's like a retirement do, isn't it, for like a cop or something like that?
yeah.
Is that right?
And they go outside.
Good times, mate. Good time.
They go outside. Or Foggy gets a phone call, sorry. So he goes outside to take his phone call. And obviously Matt, he's got fantastic hearing. He's listening in on the call. He's trying to focus in on it. And there's a little bit of escalation on the phone. Foggy's dealing with one of his clients who's a bit scared. He's terrified. He's got these people after him. And it turns out he's actually staying at Foggy's apartment, which is like 5 minutes away. But the events that happen here, mate, unbelievable, in my opinion.
What happens? Tell me.
Unbelievable, mate.
So basically, Foggy gets murked off, doesn't he? Foggy gets murked off. This guy at his apartment is literally set him up. He's obviously set him up, and obviously this assassin's come in. And he's popping heads, mate. He's killing everyone. He's killed like 2 people at the door. He's shot Foggy, who's on the floor, bleeding out. Thankfully, the woman don't get shot, whose name escapes me.
Karen,
that's it. But then Daredevil comes in and obviously starts fighting this assassin, mate. But while he's fighting, this assassin's killing loads of people. He must have about...
Mate, he's got 107 throwing knives.
And he's killing people off, isn't he?
I just want to... So, basically, they've pinged Foggy straight away, which I absolutely love that they did that. And it's not because I dislike Foggy as a character or anything like that. But the way that they started this show in that way, that's why I said we are so fucking back. Like, this is what the MCU has been missing. These Netflix shows, this was perfect. We need this going forward. We need these gritty, more like mature sort of like shows and movies. And I know we had Werewolf, Deadpool and Wolverine, and that was obviously R-rated and gory and all that sort of stuff. But it's in a different. It's not in the same sort of realm as Daredevil and that, because Deadpool Wolverine is funny, gory. There's a lot of great moments in it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but Daredevil is a lot more serious. Everything's a lot like darker and it's tragic. Like, there's so much stuff. The only thing that I didn't like about this episode was the CGI when he was going on that roof was so bad, mate. Like, the roof scene CGI was very Disney Marvel show like esque. Like, that's what we're currently getting from Disney Marvel shows, that sort of level of CGI. But it was that little part. It was quite jarring, to be fair, in a sense. Like, until he's on the roof and he hears the clicking of the gun and he jumps off the roof and uses his thing to swing. That part, it was very, very good there. It was just that small sequence of the roof scene, the first one.
Yeah.
But I can look past that purely because of the hype of him being back in that suit, mate, just standing there on the top of that roof. Woohoo! Goosebumps, mate. Goosebumps. I love that suit so much. So good.
But talking to gritty, like, wait till the Punisher comes back into it, mate. And that.
But I'll
be cheering, mate.
So this assassin who he's fighting is Bullseye. Bullseye was in the Netflix series, not much, but he was in there, and it's Bullseye basically murking everyone off. And he's literally murked. He's shot Foggy. He's blitzed these 2 blokes at the front door, headshotted both of them, and you get this insanely great fight scene where they're in the bar between Daredevil and Bullseye. Like Martin said, Bullseye's literally fighting Daredevil off, but then murking off bare people as well.
Yeah.
Mate, there's another scene as well here where Daredevil's obviously behind him and Bullseye's trying to get up the stairs to get away. And there's a guy like at the top of the stairs, murks him off. Mate, does a nasty uppercut on his wife, like sparks her clean out off camera, mate. But like, you just don't get that from normal. Like this, it's you just literally don't get it, mate, from Marvel. Like this is what Marvel need. This is exactly the right way that they're going. They need to bring this back. More shows like this, mate, is what we want. Like, because a lot of people that like Marvel, even if you was a kid when the first Marvel movie came out, you're not a kid anymore. We're all adults. Everyone's older. Everyone wants these more mature content. We don't want Miss Marvel. Like, I don't care. Like, give me this. This is so much better. So much what I want.
And it's the bit before he goes upstairs as well. Like the fight on the pool table, don't he? And that Bullseye is literally just throwing pool balls at people's heads and stuff. I was like, it's mad at me, honestly.
There's no need for it, mate. He's like bouncing them off the wall at people's heads and that. It's proper outrageous, mate.
Just because he's called Bullseye, mate, he's like head popping people. Just Bullseye, whack.
This is why I'm called Bullseye. Like forehead, mate.
I think it's like a woman running, and I think a ball like passes off the wall and it clicks.
Clonks the one, doesn't it? It's like just murked and gone like that.
She'll wake up like 2 days later, mate. What happened? But yeah, I love the scene.
Foggy's actually not dead at this point, is he? Because obviously he's fighting him all the way up the stairs and onto the roof, and
that's what I was going to say. Like these two are fighting up the stairs, but obviously Daredevil, because he's got good hearing, he can hear Foggy's heart beating. Like obviously it's slowing down, obviously because he's about to die. But I love the emotion with Daredevil. Isn't it? It's literally he's like dead emotionally. He's fighting this Bullseye up the stairs to get to the roof. And then Daredevil, he hears Foggy die, like take his last breath, and he throws Poindexter or Bullseye off the roof. Boom! It's the ground.
It's just the way, like, it was proper Mufasa Scar level, that one. It like just gone, mate. See ya. But it shows he's like he's got that intent, like he has that will to kill.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know he doesn't die, but his intent was to kill him. Yeah, like he was willing to kill him. But it was that part. It was that part where Foggy's on the phone to him, and Foggy's like, and he's like, "Oh, like why didn't you tell me?" And he turns around to Matt. And he's like, "I didn't want to give you an excuse to put on the suit." Like, I thought that was a great line, mate. Like, really, really good line. But yeah, murked him off straight away. Mental. Absolutely mental.
Yeah, and that's why I deleted the Foggy comment, because I didn't like him. I didn't like him, to be honest. In the other seasons, I just thought he was so annoying. But he got murked off, and obviously it was emotional for
trying to put a little
Daredevil.
bit of respect on, weren't you?
Yeah. I was like, I can't really do that now. Ever. I felt bad, so I had to delete it. But we have a bit of a time skip, don't we? 1 year later, and we have Vanessa is obviously running Wilson Fisk's business while he's been away. And obviously then Wilson Fisk comes in after he's been away, and he's got this new plan, doesn't he? His plan is to run for mayor of New York. And obviously through the episode we find out half the city wants it and half the city knows. Obviously we know as well what a crook he is. Because if you remember in the first season, he put that guy's head in the door, didn't he? Like bang, 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 bang.
Oh,
and the guy's head fell off, mate.
He's an absolute lunatic.
What I thought about this as well, obviously, because Wilson Fisk lost loads of weight, and obviously Kingpin's massive, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, yeah. A bit disappointed. I thought he could be like some big brute again, but he's lost a bit of weight. He's been away, and he's changed his. Well, he says he's changed the person he is. So we'll see about that.
It fits. It completely fits, and Daredevil even mentions it. Like this, I've not got many notes from this other part because it's a lot of just build up of essentially like obviously Fisk running for mayor and all that sort of stuff, and there's the court scene with Poindexter and Murdoch, and obviously Karen's there as well. But Karen's moved away; she's in San Diego. I don't know if we'll see more of her or not. I'm not too sure, but mate, Fisk, what a villain he is, mate. It just, I really want to see him in a Spider-Man setting again, because obviously he originally was a Spider-Man villain, but
yeah.
Vincent what's his name? Donofrio or something. I don't know. Whatever his name is, he does
Yeah,
such a fantastic job with
yeah,
this
yeah.
character. Just his gestures, like the way he's like with his hands, everything, so good. Like very, very good. And one of my favorite parts of this was just it was a very simple scene where they sat down with Murdoch, Matt, and Fisk
Russell Fisk.
having
Yeah,
a coffee, and they just sat
yeah,
down in this cafe. And Daredevil's like, "Oh, your steps are lighter. You've lost weight and you've gained muscle." And he's like, "Oh, I'm not here to spar." And he's like, "No, no, I'm not sort of saying that." But that interaction they have was really, really good. Um,
and
yeah,
Echo gets a mention, doesn't she, as well?
yeah, like it's like, "Oh, I was mentoring someone. Oh yeah, I heard you shot you in the face." And they have a bit of a laugh about it, don't they?
Uh, but yeah,
Yeah,
like I
it's
say, it's just building. It's world building at this point. It's
yeah,
building up for the rest of the season, isn't it?
it's done a very good job here. I think for people that haven't watched the Netflix series, this this first episode was almost perfect. I think like
Yeah,
just it gives you all the information you need. You get sort of an idea straight away of what sort of the grittiness is, what the darkness is of the show, and then you get this like building of the characters. You get a little bit of backstory on who they are, the relationship that Fisk and Murdoch have, and so
yeah,
good, mate.
yeah. I did enjoy it. Like I say, it is world building, ready for the rest of the season. But Murdoch has a blind date, doesn't he? He gets set on a blind date in this one as well, which introduces a new character, which is one of his work colleagues, like therapists. Sorry, yeah, one of his workmates' friends, who happens to be a therapist as well. So maybe a bit of therapy session for the getting help him get over Foggy's death into as well.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah, so he's got a new bird. Matt Murdoch's got a new bird.
got a side piece, hasn't he?
He's a player. He knows what he's doing, mate. He knows what he's doing. And he's Daredevil as well, so yeah. But yeah, I want to see more The Punisher. But obviously, everyone wants to see that.
Yeah,
That
we've
might
got
be
time.
next
We've got
episode.
time.
But next week, we will be discussing episode 2 and 3 together. So stick around for that because we're so excited about this show. And we can't wait to talk about it more.
Hmm.
But yeah,
It's
like I say, the character plays Wilson Fisk, mate, it's bang on. That choice is bang on for that.
yeah, he's insanely good, mate. He's very, very
Yeah.
good. And even the final scene where obviously he's outside and he's got obviously his new girlfriend or this woman he's seeing, and then he walks up and he looks up into the crowd. Obviously, there's just loads of people in there because he's just won as mayor. And that scene with the music and everything, like so good, mate. Really good. But we've only watched one episode. Obviously, we know episode two's out. So next week we'll discuss episode 2 and 3
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
to run up to date. But yeah, awesome. Absolutely awesome.
But like we say every week, though, join the Discord. Join TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Like our posts. Like we said, with the new WWE game, we've got big plans, and we're going to do some of the announcements through our Discord. So if you're not in there, you miss out. So yeah, join us. And we're a nice, welcoming bunch in there. Don't be scared to say hello. We won't like bite your head off, mate. We're all there. We're all friendly. So yeah, come in and say hi, and we'll have a good chat with you.
Yeah, wherever you are, we are. So yeah, like Martin
Yeah.
says, just follow us everywhere. Just get about.
Join Ian's TikTok because he's going to be blasting some more of that new game that's coming out. Is it Repo Man
Repo.
or Repo? Yeah, I've got some stuff like old retro stuff on my TikTok. Mostly Final Fantasy stuff, to be honest, because I love Final Fantasy. But yeah, join us on our other socials as well. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the content that's on there.
I know you've enjoyed the content you've been rewarded with today.
What a privilege.
You are privileged with our time. We are privileged with yours. So as always, yeah, we just appreciate you being here. If you're here right now where we're talking now, you are a legend. So
Yeah.
thank you very much.
And we hope you have a good weekend. a good day, a good sleep, and as we always say, Godspeed, and
Peace and prosperity.
goodbye, everybody.
Love you all.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.